The first thing I noticed about the alien world was how quiet it was. Not the silence of emptiness, but the kind that presses against your thoughts, as if the air itself is listening. My helmet registered no wind, no wildlife, only the faint hum of my own breath recycled through filters. The planet, code-named Elindra 9, was the only habitable world in the Vala system, discovered just 30 years ago. The surface shimmered with strange metallic flora that reflected the lavender light of two suns. From orbit, it looked like a painting made of liquid mercury. I was the first human authorized to step on its soil without military escort. At least, that's what Command had told me. I was Dr. Mason Core, xenopsychologist, sent to study what the Elindrans called the chorus. No one had ever seen the Elindrans in person, not really. Communication had always been through projection, illusion, or dream. Their existence blurred the line between telepathy and technology. My job was to understand, or at least to survive the encounter. Hey, the thought that spoke back. The shuttle's landing struts sank slightly into the silvery sand. I stepped out, careful, scanning. My voice recorder was running. Mission log. Day 1. Atmospheric conditions stable. Oxygen levels within tolerance. Visual anomaly. Surface shimmer responsive to movement. Pause. It wasn't an illusion. The ground rippled wherever I looked, like water bending to my attention. Then I thought, just idly, what are you made of? And a voice answered. Not through my comms. Not through sound. We are listening, Mason Core. Froze. My heart spiked. Command, did you? I started, but static filled my ear. The comm link had died the moment I heard the voice. I took a step back, scanning the horizon. And then I saw her. She wasn't walking, more like gliding across the shimmering plain. Tall, humanoid, her skin faintly iridescent, like glass catching starlight. A crown of living filaments floated around her head, pulsing with gentle light. Her eyes, vast, golden, locked onto mine. Thought, oh God, she's beautiful. And that's when she smiled. I can hear you, human, she whispered aloud, though her lips barely moved. The words vibrated not in the air but in my bones. I dropped to my knees, not out of reverence but raw fear. Every instinct screamed that this being was reading the most private parts of me. Every fear, every stray thought laid bare. She tilted her head, curious. Do not fear. You are safe, Mason Core. We have waited long for your kind to speak truly. How do you know my name? Because you have thought it often. Because you have dreamed of understanding us. You are different from the soldiers. She extended her hand, and when I took it, the entire world around us shifted. The horizon bent. My vision fractured into memories not my own. I saw cities of glass beneath oceans of light, beings communicating not with words but harmonized thought. When the vision ended, we stood in what looked like a vast crystalline garden. Welcome, she said softly, to the chorus of Elindra. To the chorus. Over the next few days, if days could even be measured here, she taught me to listen. Not with ears, but with the mind's quiet spaces. The Elindrans didn't speak individually. Their consciousness flowed like music. Each thought resonated with others until meaning became symphony. They called it chorus unity, an ancient practice that eliminated lies, deception, even loneliness. Her name was Sarilith, though she said names were just bridges between minds. When she spoke to me directly, it was like standing in a river of color. My thoughts, my emotions, even my memories, she could weave through them as if they were threads of light. You think in fragments, she told me one night beneath the mirrored sky. Humans cage their minds in words. But thoughts are vast. They need no prison. I laughed nervously. We cage them because we're afraid of what they might do if they got out. She regarded me curiously. You fear your own mind. Sometimes. She touched my temple. Then let me show you what it is to be unafraid. In an instant, the barrier between us dissolved. I felt her presence. Not invading but blending. Her emotions flooded through. Calm, curiosity, ancient sorrow. And through her, I saw the history of her world. Elindra before the silence. Once they had lived in harmony, their minds joined in endless song. But when they first reached for the stars, they found only chaos. The encounter with humans, centuries ago, had left scars. Our first ships, automated war probes, had raised their outer colonies before realizing they were inhabited. Since then, the Elindrans had withdrawn, choosing silence over contact. And yet, Seralith had called me here. 3. The experiment. Back on my ship, I recorded every interaction. Data logs, neural scans, emotional resonance metrics. Command had insisted I wear a cortical transmitter, a device capable of recording mental signals. First I thought it harmless, until Seralith saw it. You are watched, she said, eyes narrowing. Even your thoughts are not your own. It's standard protocol. It is slavery of the mind. Her anger hit like a storm. The world around us shimmered violently. My transmitter began to overheat, sparks flickering across the interface. They listened to you as they listened to us, before the fire fell. I tore the device off, slamming it into the sand. It hissed, melted, and then vanished as if absorbed by the planet. The silence that followed was heavy. I didn't know, I said. I didn't know they were still listening. She looked at me, really looked. Her expression softened. You believed you came to study us. But perhaps it is we who study you. That night, she invited me into the heart of the chorus, a vast crystalline structure rising like a mountain of glass and light. Inside, thousands of Elindrans floated in suspended harmony, their consciousness intertwined. Join us, Seralith said. Not as an invader, but as one who listens. I hesitated. My human instinct screamed that immersion could mean death, or worse, the loss of identity. She touched my hand again, and suddenly I was inside the chorus. There was no up or down, no body. Only the vast ocean of thought, infinite, resonant, terrifying in its beauty. And in that ocean I heard something impossible. Human voices. For the hidden song. Fragments. Echoes of transmissions. Memories of fear. Is anyone out there? This is the exploration vessel Solaris, 3. Requesting immediate extraction. They're in our minds. Oh God, they're inside. Human thought. Lost astronauts. Survivors who had come before me. Seralitha's voice broke through the chaos. They came with weapons. But when they fell, we took them into the chorus. Their fear still lingers. You absorbed them. We preserved them. They became part of the song. We do not kill Mason Core. We transform. I wanted to scream, but in this realm, even thoughts carried weight. Fear rippled outward like static through the collective. Seralitha's light dimmed. Do you see why we fear you, human? You think in violence. Even now, your mind seeks escape. I'm not like them. Prove it. She opened her mind completely, a dazzling expanse of emotion. I felt her loneliness, her longing, her desperate hope that humanity might finally listen instead of conquer. And so I let go. I shared my memories. The ruined cities of Earth, the endless wars, the yearning for peace. The music I used to play when I was a child. The small moments of wonder we cling to amid chaos. For a heartbeat, or an eternity, the chorus sang with me. Human thought and Elindran melody merged. The sound transcended language, becoming light itself. When it ended, I found myself lying on the crystal floor. Seralith knelt beside me, her expression unreadable. "You are the first human to truly listen," she whispered. "Via the betrayal. Days passed or something like them. I had stopped measuring time. But command had not forgotten me. One morning, a signal pierced the chorus, a hard, digital tone that cut through the psychic harmony. My ship's comm link reactivated, projecting a holographic image of Admiral Vance. "Dr. Kaur, your neural readings went dark 2 weeks ago. We assumed contamination. Prepare for extraction and sterilization. Admiral, you don't understand. These beings aren't hostile. They're sentient, intelligent, peaceful. They're telepathic parasites. We've received orders from Central Command. Orbital strike authorized. Extraction in 10 minutes. Seralith appeared beside me, eyes wide. "What is this?" "They're coming," I said. "They're going to destroy you." She looked up, and I followed her gaze. The sky rippled with descending fire. "You told them," she whispered. "No, I swear. They must have traced the transmitter before I destroyed it." But her expression darkened. "You have doomed us again." The ground quaked. Crystals shattered. The chorus screamed. Thousands of voices in unison. Seralith extended her hands, summoning barriers of light, but the human missiles were relentless. I ran to her. "There's got to be a way to stop them." "Only through connection," she said. "If we merge completely, we can reach them, make them hear." Merge. What does that mean? No boundaries. No separation. One thought, one being. The idea terrified me, the end of individuality. But the alternative was annihilation. He nodded. "Do it." 6. The mind beyond. When she touched my forehead, everything dissolved. There was no Mason core, no Seralith. Only we. The human fleet loomed above, preparing to fire. Through Seralith's guidance I reached out. Not with hands but thought. I connected with the nearest ship's AI, the minds of its crew, their fear and confusion. Listen. Images flooded their minds, not of war but of what we had seen. The gardens, the chorus, the light that connected all living things. I showed them the beauty of understanding, the agony of silence, the hope that still lingered. For a moment the bombardment paused. But command overrode the fleet. The missiles continued. Desperation surged through us. The chorus amplified my thoughts, projecting them across every human channel, every frequency. For the first time in history, humanity heard the voice of Alindra, and mine intertwined with it. "We are not your enemy. We are your reflection." The missiles froze mid-air, suspended, vibrating. Then, one by one, they disintegrated into light. Silence fell. When the vision faded, I stood once more in the crystalline garden, alone. 7. The last thought. "Seralith!" called out. No answer. Only faint echoes of her presence lingering in the air. The chorus was silent, not dead but dormant, as if resting after the storm. I tried to reach her through thought, but what came back was a whisper. "You carry us now, Mason Core. The chorus lives within you." I fell to my knees. My helmet display flickered back online. Command signal re-established. "Dr. Core, report. What happened down there?" I stared at the horizon, where the light of Alindra shimmered like a living ocean. "I made contact," I said slowly. "Successful telepathic exchange. The Alindrans are peaceful. The fleet must stand down." "Acknowledged," the Admiral replied. "Return to orbit. We'll debrief you there." But even as I turned toward my shuttle, I knew I wasn't going back. Not really. The chorus hummed faintly inside my mind, soft as a heartbeat. Their thoughts brushed against mine, gentle, patient, alive. And when I thought, Seralith, are you still here? A smile echoed in my mind. Can hear you, human. 8. Epilogue. The Ambassador of Silence. Years later, I became the first official liaison between humanity and Elindra. The world that once shimmered with fear became a beacon of shared understanding. We built no cities, no bases. Only places of listening. But I was never the same. I could still hear the whispers, not intrusive but constant. The chorus spoke through dreams, through music, through the rhythm of my own heartbeat. Sometimes when I walk beneath the lavender suns, I catch a reflection in the mirrored sand. Her reflection, standing beside me. You learn to listen, she says. And I answer silently, you taught me how. Then she smiles, the same smile from that first day, and whispers again as though time itself bends to hear. I can hear you, human.